people back in, does anyone want to share something, most interesting thing or any interesting thing that happened in their small group discussion? Anyone learn anything new? Feel free to jump in. Not all at once, though.
Here, this is Alexis. We had a small little breakout, and I feel, I think we just learned, like, we're able to share more ideas and get a little more comfort over discussing, you know, people with disabilities, and, you know, the focus on the needs that we could use. Luckily, there's two of us representing the tetraplegic world, and our focus, our talk was mainly around our disabilities in that manner. And yeah, I think there was some really good learning. So it wasn't anything you know, specific I wanted to bring up, but I think we had a really, really fruitful discussion.
Anyone else?
I agree with my group as well, because like, for instance, like, I think we all come from diverse backgrounds, and I mean, like, there's there's somebody in my group that said that's, I would say, in like probably the same realm as area that I'm in, like with developing a device as well. And I believe that part of this competition, like the ideation clinic competition, is going to be about developing a device that is cost effective for the consumer as well, to prevent like spinal cord injuries and prevent, like, whether it be cervical pain, thoracic pain, lumbar pain. Because I mean, we live in a world, yes, of like using artificial intelligence and like all these methods of rehab, but I mean, like, a lot of these things for people to go out and like use daily, or like actually like put as an expense, are very difficult. Like if it's something that's like $10,000, $15,000, $20,000.
Yeah.
When it comes to entrepreneurship and prototyping, we have to develop something that's actually like cost effective for the person to actually say, okay, can they actually afford like the device that we're trying to cater to them, that like they're not going to say, okay, like I can't spend $10,000 even though I have like this injury that I haven't been working for X amount of time.
So that's part of the idea, is to start those kinds of dialogues and to open up and feel more comfortable asking questions as we move forward. So the idea is that we learn from each other, and by working together, we can develop things that are more targeted to the needs of people experiencing the challenges. So was there anything else that anyone wanted to just jump in before we'll spend the next 8 to 10 minutes just covering any Q&A about the challenge itself? But one last, Chris, I see you there hiding. What was the most interesting thing or a point that came across in your discussion group that you want to share? Chris B.
Oh, me? Sure. Sometimes there's other Chris's around. No, I just really enjoyed Alexis and Sean were in my group. So, you know, I'm a mechanical engineer by trade, so all the wheelchair stuff, and I use all these wheelchair examples in the design classes I teach, and there's just, it's such a rich design exemplar of all the different modifications you can have for all sorts of different scenarios. But then, you know, it sounds really expensive when we're talking about lifts and chairs that turn into transformer robots and do all these things. So, you know, I guess I'm kind of drawn to a lot of those, you know, small little grips or things to help people do fine motor skills. And, you know, I was kind of curious, like, what's the best hack that maybe some other people were talking about or use in their daily lives?
I think we got two people that would be able to answer this really well, which would be Alexis or maybe Chris Marks, two of our facilitators who use, I guess Michael Garten as well might be able to jump in.
I didn't get to that, Chris, and I wanted to show a little show and tell. So I have, you know, was able to easily transfer into office work, which I hadn't done before. And to be able to type and keep up in meetings was important to me. So I have a couple of gadgets that have been discontinued, and I'm told should be able to be 3D printed now. But they slide onto my hand simply, and now I 2-finger type like the rest of the world. So this is very simple, and I just go do 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 do, and I keep up with typing. And a simple same, instead of me holding on to the pen, it holds on to me. Same gadget make. It slides onto my hand. I'm actually in a writing position, a traditional writing position. I know some people have used it, they slide it on their hand and they kind of write this way, but I'm able to keep and maintain, how I've learned how to write from a child. These 3 little gadgets have saved me and been really in the workplace has been fabulous.
Alexis, you should send me pictures of those. I need one of those pen things. They're great.
You got it.
But yeah, I still have the little pickup stick that they sent me home from rehab with 14 years, and that's for getting stuff off the floor. Piece of Velcro on it for getting things. And then if it's a card or money, I just get some tape and I'm pretend I'm fishing. Like you see those kids fishing with like gum on a stick. So that's why picking up, cards, paper, what have you on the floor, and otherwise just push it out so you don't run it over. But yeah, like necessities the mother mentioned. I say I used to be a volunteer coordinator with Tetra Society, which is they help people modify or invent stuff. If it's already exists, we don't kind of touch it. But if it needs some modification or adaptation, so like you can hold the pen like Alexis or whatever, and because of the heterogeneity, not just of spinal injury, but just disabilities across the board, there's often individual and custom one-off solutions. So and then with our group, I was just super excited about the cross, from product design to biomedical engineers to a person with lived experience, C2 from Belgium. So I'm just really happy this is all coming together, ideation and stuff. And this is the crucible where good things happen, I think.
Okay, so we have, just to keep on time, we have about 4 minutes left. I'm perfectly happy to answer any questions that people have after this online. Please send us any questions you have about the challenge to ideation@utoronto.ca. Also let us know what worked and what didn't, what you'd like to see more of. This is a pilot, so we're adjusting on the fly and adapting. We want to make sure that this is useful to everyone involved, and that as we go through, we use this challenge as a way to make connections and to sort of facilitate the developing ideas over the next several months. And so let us know what you need. Please submit a video introduction idea so we know what your concepts are and what you're thinking of and what kind of resources we can try and look for you. Thank you for joining. I hope to see as many of you as possible in next Monday when we start looking at how to start defining our problems, spaces, and developing ideas, but also discussing more, maybe in the smaller groups, about your ideas that you already have developed, or how do you engage with each other.
Hey, Joseph, can I ask you a quick question, actually?
Sure.
When it comes to the video, I doubt the ideation clinic is expecting like a video that's like professionally shot and we spent like $5,000 on it. Like that's obviously like not the case, like I'm sure of it. But is it something where we're just like standing in front of like we're like kind of in the same video format that we are right now, saying, hi, our name is so and so, like we represent like our company and this is what we're trying to do, this is what our device is, this is what we prototype.
Yeah, so on the website, there's a little bit more guidance about it. Basically, we're not looking for professional videos.
Yeah.
It's an introduction. What's the problem space you're looking at, or the challenge you want to address, who you are, what your concept might be, and what the value it will have to people with spinal cord injuries. And it's that simple in 2 minutes. So it seems like a short time, but it's also a long time if you have nothing to say. But it's the elevator pitch. What's your concept?
Well, I've already completed mine, so I mean, I'm just like making sure that it's updated, and that's about it. Like, I mean,
Yeah,
I've written up a 9-page document and all of this, so, and my prototype is already done also, so I have all this stuff set already.
yeah. So what kind of resources you might need, what kind of things what's your ask, what are you looking for? Those sorts of things will help us to review your concept and idea and match you up with people and resources and mentors, and moving forward.
Sounds good. Yeah.
Okay. So I want to just thank the incredible team, Zoya, Tatiana, Jillian, Chris, Julia, and all of the other people that have helped make this a reality. I want to extend a special thank you to Richard and John and Michael for putting together the session, and all of the facilitators that volunteered and came out. I hope to see you again next week, and where we will start talking a little bit more about ideas that people have. Thank you. And I'm really excited about getting all of us together. There's such a interesting variety of people from literally around the world. So hope to see you next week. Keep in touch.
Thanks so much.
you.
So